What is up, everyone? It's your boy Sean Leisure, and welcome to the Friday Night Foreigners. Well, we have two very special people in my life, if you know what I mean. We have one man, one legend. We have Pepperone. Welcome. What's your name, nerd?
Yo, I'm Jonathan.
Of course,
I mean,
it's John.
you guys should already know this, but
And if
I'm
y'all didn't
Jonathan.
know, it's actually his birthday. Y'all should all wish him a happy birthday. That would be very kind if you think about it. I don't know why I'm speaking this voice, but I feel very special right now. And of course, we have the other man, the myth, the legend, Andre. Say hello.
Hello.
What is up, everybody? Y'all already know what it is. Yeah. Also, happy birthday, Jonathan.
Yeah, man.
I
We should
hope-
sing him
I
happy
hope-
birthday.
Dude,
No.
fucking
I hope eight. I hope
That
8 years
lunch
old is
today
treating you
was
well.
ass. Bro, lunch today was ass.
It was so terrible.
What
Dude, that
happened?
was the most pain I've ever experienced,
Like,
and the most embarrassment. I've
Two
ever
people
experienced
gave
at
him
the same
birthday
time.
punches, and not like soft birthday punches, like
Three.
three
people,
people.
Andre.
And then they started reaming down on him, like not soft punches. I mean, like full "I want to hurt you" punches.
Yeah, that's concerning because my birthday is in 2 weeks. So I mean, yeah.
That's crazy. Well, you
Or
know,
I
it's
go
also
to
We
Very
could go
cool.
to Urban Air.
No, yeah, I'll do a lot of urban air.
All right, sick.
Speaking of what we're not doing a lot of, Sony's apparently not doing a lot with the PlayStation Vue because they're shutting it down in January 2020. Sean,
Yes.
you didn't know what this was, right?
No, I did not. Because you mentioned that it was a live deal, like a live TV type deal.
Yes, actually, it is a live streaming TV service that was kind of the introduction to like paid TV. So basically, what you got was you got 60 channels with that are like kind of the mainstay channels for a less price than cable, but you can only watch it on your PlayStation. And it was $30 a month for 20 channels, sorry, 60 channels. And apparently some of them were
That's
good,
actually
like
really bad.
some of them were good, like ESPN, NBC, and Fox, and also like CNN and stuff. But then apparently there was some that were just god awful, ones that like you just don't remember, and so you're paying for really nothing. At its maximum, it had over 500,000 subscribers, and that was actually more than Sling or YouTube TV. And then it went a lot more farther down to be nowhere close to them. They tried making price cuts to $20, then $10, and now it actually hit $5 per month or 60. That's not even that bad. And you could, and if you had it on a PlayStation, you could stream it to your phone or your PC. So it was actually a pretty good deal, but apparently no one cared enough.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, what are you gonna buy a PlayStation for? To watch TV? I'm pretty sure because you're playing it on a TV. I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have like some form of entertainment for that said TV.
Honestly,
You're not gonna be buying a PlayStation to watch like different channels. You're gonna be buying it to play games.
Well, I mean, that does bring up the point that some people are really lazy and they don't want to switch from a console to the antenna or cable.
antenna.
So-
What year is it?
Exactly. I mean, that's just. I mean,
Hey man, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, because if with the TV, if you do have cable or something like that, you have a crap ton of tables. You have thousands of channels possibly, depending on what program you get going with.
That and also,
And why would you spend $30 for 60 channels? Maybe you can spend I don't even know, but you get so much more access. You can record things. I mean, I don't know. It just seems a lot more practical doing like a regular like TV service than PlayStation.
See, I have two things to say about this. First off, is the PlayStation was the PlayStation. The Xbox One was supposed to be the one thing in your living room. So I thought it would actually work out better on an Xbox One, because think about it, like the one was supposed to mean the one thing in your living room that could do it all. So having it that can literally play TV would literally be like food to the branding. Like it's literally the one thing you'll ever need. And another thing is just that I don't know about y'all, but personally, I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Most, if not all, the stuff I watch is on either YouTube or Netflix. So
I would be real.
Well,
As a racing guy, the only thing I do watch on TV is
exactly, the only thing I'm watching on TV really is like the Formula One race. Everything
yeah,
else though is
that's
all
exactly
YouTube.
all I'm doing.
So really, I
Actually
feel
pretty
like
accurate for me.
cable TV itself is dying, and so it might have been actually a smart move to stop continuing this because really, who like there's no really a use for paying all that money. Like, if I got a smart TV, put it in my living room, and just had YouTube playing on it, it would basically just be like having real TV playing on it because YouTube has became so much like TV. Of course, with YouTube TV coming out, Sling, all those streaming platforms, but still, most things are just live streamed anyways.
Well, I don't. Well, you said that you think cable's dying and stuff like that. Well, I don't think it's necessarily dying at this moment, but I think in the future, maybe like possibly 10, 20, 30 years, as
Okay, that's a bit
no offense
ridiculous.
to my parents, they're gonna be dead. Like, they're not gonna be around anymore. There's gonna be a new generation of human beings that are already adapted to this new technology with the whole, YouTube and all that, and the Netflix and the Netflixes, as they would say.
And
They're already gonna be adapted to that. Because most people that I talk to, I don't really watch TV. They watch Netflix.
yeah, I feel that. I feel that. But I mean, all that is true. But what I have to say about the situation is just that everyone's so used to the "I want it now," meaning anything you want, like anything that you want to know, you can just look it up. There's no, oh, I have to get a book, I have to read it, I have to find it, and then I have to source it. It's if you want to know about it, it's right there in 5 seconds. And this mentality is gonna transfer to TV, where no one's gonna no one's gonna want to wait to watch a show. Be honest, if there's a show 2 hours in advance that you kind of wanted to watch, not like super wanted, but kind of wanted to, how many times are you just like, well, it's not worth it. It's in 2 hours. It's not that worth. It's not worth it.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
you
man,
got-
I feel like my timer for
And
2
also,
hours.
you can't. Also, another thing you have to remember is that TV spends around 12% of the actual time using ads, which is way more than YouTube. Like
Well, I could
YouTube,
debate-
think about it. YouTube, you can skip ads, and it's normally just like one or maybe two. Also,
Surprised, I got like 3 in a row.
also, let's not also kid ourselves the fact that this is in my opinion still a really bad, and someone needs to get on this. Most TV only plays in 480i. There are 4K TVs in the mainstream and 8K TVs coming out, and you're still recording in 1080i, not 1080p, but I. Most sports shows are done. Most sports are done in 720p because it's smoother instead of 1080i. But that still makes no sense. How in 2019, the world of literal phones that can run like 1440p displays, why hasn't cable caught up? There's not much it has to do.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Well, I want to go
Well,
back on
I mean,
what you
then
said
again-
about straight like instant demand. Like, I want this now. I want to go back to that because you were saying like, oh, you gotta wait 2 hours for a show to come on. I mean, if you really want to, you could wait. But there's also a record button. I just want to defend them on that. Not necessarily. I think that having the ease of access in the instant like ability to like watch things is really nice. It's really nice. It really is. But just like for those people that are willing to wait, they have a record button.
You know who? Yeah, you know the people that are willing to wait. You know what they're called?
dad. Well, my parents.
Old people, because they have patience.
All right.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Most people want to have that instant demand because of the availability we have now, because of the technology advancements. I guess you could say. I don't know, but like with like Netflix and crap, you have that instant demand. With Sling, you have that.
Yeah.
Hey, don't even dish on the people that are willing to wait, because I'm one of them, boy.
I
Okay,
mean,
well, then
yeah,
you're
but that's because you're
I
irrelevant.
see if I see a show that I've been waiting to watch,
That
I
show on
will
Netflix.
wait. I will continue
Is that
waiting.
show on
No,
Netflix?
no, none of them are shows on Netflix because Netflix doesn't have anything that's good. Neither does
Okay,
he.
YouTube.
They have South Park.
Dude,
Understand?
YouTube is
You-
ass when it comes to actual TV shows and movies.
Well, yeah, because
Well, yeah, because they get taken down. But at the same time, that doesn't.
Exactly.
Okay, that's another argument. That's another argument. You could say that YouTube is an entertainment platform for everyone.
for
to have the ability to
literally
get their
every
voice out.
genre.
But with TV shows, they're not allowed to be on there because the copyright system and how I don't even want to get into.
I
That.
mean,
That's a whole
if
freaking-
they just
that's
yeah.
a whole topic on its own. But a hint. But like with the YouTube, it's just all it is for creators. That's like you're like by yourself. You're making your own stuff, trying to make a living out of it. and
Hi.
trying to please the audience.
That's us.
But with TVs, it's a multi-million-dollar business that is
Billion.
being broadcasted to millions around the world at one time. I think that's where like TV like really like strives.
You know
is
what else
have all these
broadcasts to
people watching-
millions?
What's that?
Twitch.
Not like millions at one time.
Again,
that's
you
the
also have to
thing.
think of the next demographic. Everything is about technology nowadays. And the another thing is that what I love about YouTube is just that I can go on YouTube right now, search up anything. Funny videos, the latest race that happened, like basically any game ever made. And like things that I'm interested in, and even if like it's such a big platform now. I mean, it used to be full of gaming videos and like vlogs, but now you can find anything on YouTube. Most of my news, like not for our script, but most of the news I get, period, like in everything, it comes from YouTube. I learn about the NBA and what the scores are from YouTube. I learn, like, say if there's Donald Trump did something stupid, which he probably always does. I hear about that not on like CNN, but on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I
then
mean,
again, you
going back to
probably
the
don't
PlayStation.
go on CNN because CNN's political, and most of the kids these days don't care. They don't give a singular fuck about politics.
But going back to the PlayStation View though, because we went a little bit.
But yeah,
far with
we
that.
did go
Because,
quite far.
Yeah,
because
we-
well, not really. Because if you look at the PlayStation View, like you said, is an alternative to cable.
Basically Netflix.
If you think about it, it's an all-in-one type of thing. I think that's what they're aiming for with that maybe possibly. It's like you have your gaming console, you have your entertainment right there, your instant game entertainment, like engagement, like hands-on, and then you have your regular TV shows, But I don't think that
Awesome.
worked out because of the limited amount of channels and the crappy amount of channels. Like you said, there were some bad channels on there, and I think that's gonna be my like conclusion on this is. I don't think it worked out because they had a limited amount of channels for $30 a month, and you didn't have the channels that you wanted.
Well, that's a different story because you can always buy packages to get better channels. That's always how this works.
Well, was
and
that
that's always how
available
it
with the
worked
View
forever.
or no?
I'm pretty sure it was.
What was it?
I didn't do too much research into it, but I'm pretty sure if I were to go look right now, because my PlayStation is right there, I bet you there's packages where you can buy it.
Oh yeah, by the way, if y'all are wondering, the PlayStation View started on the PS3. Like
Yeah, I had it. I
almost
still
long.
have my PS3.
It's
Yeah,
been
almost-
irrelevant. I've never heard of it until now.
Kind of like a PlayStation TV, which again, it's one of the lost. They were called micro consoles, kind of like the Ouya. Y'all remember the Ouya? I remember the Ouya. My friend had one. And it was so. Oh my god! You never played on an Ouya?
No.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It was basically just a Android tablet on the TV, but it was dope because it looked weird and it was small and it was weird. Speaking of something that is pretty weird in a good way, the Toyota GR Supra GT4 is being released to the public for customer racing.
Well, the thing is, that's not the first time that's ever happened. With GT3 cars, like, cause now we're onto racing. Everyone knows about GT3. It's the way GT3. Like, if you think about why GT3 is so popular, it basically is a consumer car. You can get it from the factory. You can get like different manufacturers have racing factories built for GT3 cars.
911 GT3.
Like 200, 300 grand. But
That's
with
about
that
to say.
With that package, you get all the necessities to go racing that day. You get like custom setups from the scene, like from the factory and stuff like that. And having that GT4 come straight out of the factory to go ready to race is a really good move for a Toyota, to be honest. Because GT4 is a growing, like type of series. It's not been around for forever, and I think having that, because it's like the merge between a road car and a race car, and I think that's really cool.
All right, y'all ready for me to
Alright,
get a little car?
Playing off your fact about it's been done before, the McLaren Senna, the Vulcan Race Edition, or whatever the fuck they call it. There's several cars where they have done that before.
Yeah. Y'all
No,
ready?
but
Y'all
no.
A whole.
Here, let me let me talk against that for a second. The Senna, okay, the Supra is a consumer car. The Senna and the Vulcan
It's a
are
hypercar.
$1 million cars. The thing about GT3 is it doesn't require $1 million. It's your average car, a Z4, BMW, or an M8. You can see out there riding on track. You could have it's one of those things that you put your mind towards and you work hard. You can obtain one of those. A Senna and a Vulcan necessarily, those are pretty much like unimaginable. Those are cars that only like the best of the
very
world
very
can
few
have.
get to even see.
Yeah, I can see that, but like it has been done before. Well, they don't have a Senna street car, but they do have a Vulcan street car. So yeah, that's what I was going off of. But I see your point.
Okay, so I'm about to tell y'all all the specs of this brand new GT4 racer. It weighs it at 2,976 pounds and comes with a 430 horsepower version of Supra's BMW Source Inline 6, plus a roll cage, racing suits, and a ton of aero upgrades. Apparently all that power is sent through the rear wheels with a 7-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters and a mechanical limited slip differential. The street car uses the ZF 8-speed automatic.
Automatic. So you said it did have paddles for sequential?
Yeah, it did.
It has paddle.
Okay, so yeah, that's what it's gonna be. They are gonna be using the automatic transmission.
Pricing is expected to start at the equivalent of $194,000 and will start selling in Europe next month, North America in the following August, and the race-ready Supra will become available in Japan and parts of Asia in October.
Screw us in America.
Here.
Honestly, I
It's already
honestly think it
available.
looks really good. Like, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful car.
Looks awesome.
Oh, I'm waiting for the Supra to come out with the GT3.
Same. And also, if you're wondering how the extra power is given, it actually has a twin-scroll turbocharger that adds an extra 95 horsepower.
Yeah, okay, I just saw a picture of this thing for the first time. It's just a road car with aero. It's a wing. It looks like it's a
I
splitter.
mean, think about it though.
Yeah.
The Supra already looked like a great car. In my opinion, from the side, it looks kind of like a GTR. From the side.
Okay,
You're not
so
wrong.
let's talk about this car in terms of racing and how it's going to aspire to the consumer market. Because you said customer racing, that anyone could get this car because it's coming from the factory.
Yes.
And like what I said about the GT3 cars, you can get them from the factory because they are just like, they're made by the manufacturer. The manufacturer is what's building the race series because they're everyday cars that you can see on the racetrack and you can literally go buy them tomorrow. Race on Sunday, sell on Monday. That's how the racing terms work in sort of business. Now, with the Supra, I think that's what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to look at the GT4 car, and you're trying to see that on TV or see it in a race. You're like, holy crap, I can go and buy that car right now from the dealership.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for.
I just want to see how
And
it'll
honestly, it's working.
perform. Also,
I'd love to see how it performs too.
a little just off topic a little bit. Did y'all hear about the new Corvettes? The Corvette C8, or the other on the C8, right?
The CAR.
Dude,
Yeah,
I heard
C8R.
about the C8.
Apparently,
the C8R.
no. Apparently, that like the steering wheel is just a total mess because it kind of tries to be an F1 steering wheel with the shape of a GT3 rim, with like paddles the size of your pinky. And it's like it's a massive rim with like 2-inch paddles.
Well, you can't really talk about that car much because you only saw it for like a split.
That and also, by the way, I feel like it's gonna be an incredible car. I think it's gonna be one of Corvette's best if they have the price right.
Yes. Well, going back to the Supra, like we were talking about, it's a consumer car that's been prepped up for racing that you can go buy from the dealership.
I mean,
And
a
think
lot of
that's
cars are like that.
That's a great business tactic. honestly,
Amen.
for Toyota, because you're seeing this car going around the track, because that's what Toyota is built on. Toyota is built on racing and just being appealing to the not American market, world
Japanese.
market. Keep in mind, world market. No, well, yeah, they started in Japan, but now they're appealing to the world market in terms of, hey, I can go buy this car. I can go and see this car in the dealership, and it's gonna have a price tag, and it's gonna be my car, my road car, my everyday driver.
See,
And
that's where I
same
have to.
car was on the racetrack.
I know, I understand that. I understand that this is a GT4 car, and so it's gonna be a little bit pricey. But only my problem is that for $195,000, you can buy some pretty good stuff. And so, are you really gonna tell yourself, "Nope, I don't want to. I don't want like a low end Lambo. Nope, I don't want a lot of GTRs. Nope, I want a Supra." And it's
okay.
like for the average consumer, they're not going to be like, "Oh, I want a Toyota with $200,000." It's kind of like one of those cars that are just like, it takes a real like gas monkey to know why the car's so beautiful.
Okay. Let me tell you something. The car is not. It's not meant. This is not made to buy the GT4. This is not made for that. This is a marketing tactic. That's exactly what this car is.
True.
This car is meaning to appeal to the market of average consumers to buy the regular Supra, not the GT.
That is very true. That is exactly what some tech companies does. Like Acer had this like $20,000 throne of a gaming chair, and they said they don't expect to sell one of these, but it looks cool, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's the company that did that big old gaming chair. So why don't I just buy their laptops?"
Yep.
So I could be like them. And that's kind of, I feel like, as you were saying, what Toyota's doing. Toyota's going to be like, look at this badass GT4 car that you could, if you wanted to, buy. Either way, even if you couldn't buy it, it still looks dope. And it's going to make you want to buy the normal Supra. But again, with $194,000, it would just be interesting to me.
Yeah, because I mean the car, it's definitely I think for just in general, 190 grand is a little bit much because it still looks like a road car in my opinion. It just looks like it's got a splitter and a freaking rear wing as well as like some interior upgrades suited for racing. But like I don't know, I just feel like 190 grand is just the price tag of like gain because with that 190 grand you get everything that you need to go racing. You get tires, you get setups, you get help from the manufacturer to get your car ready for that race day. And I think that's what's really nice about the GT4s and GT3s because you get the same treatment with the GT3s as well.
Well, ending this topic off, I know that. Oh wait, my bad. I was gonna say that Sean has to go for a bit, and so he may be back by the end of tonight. He may not, but we hope to. Well, if y'all want more,
I hope he comes back because he's really fun to talk to.
Exactly. If y'all like hearing him more, there's a small chance that he'll become an official member just because of his schedule, but like he would be just a good normal special guest. But as we were talking about, any final thoughts on the Toyota GR Supra GT4?
I mean, given that it's a Supra and it has like Toyota has a legacy with its Mark IV Supra, I would buy it if I had the money. But then again, I could also buy some really cool ass old, like a lot of really cool ass old cars for the exact same price.
That, or you could literally buy 2 GTRs.
Yeah, but no, that I wouldn't want that. I would want
I mean, yeah,
like
I would
64 Mustang or some shit. 64 and a half because that's when they started making them.
Speaking of 64, Nintendo. And well, not actually Nintendo, but really Razer. The Razer Jungle Cat, brings Nintendo Switch like Snap-on controllers to Android.
Yeah,
and
that looks sick, especially for their phone.
Yeah, but
I mean, I could see where you would be mad because
I'll rant in a minute, but let me just talk about it. Today it is launching a $100 gamepad called the Jungle Cat, and it's basically a 2 set of Joy-Cons. The catch is that you'll need to stick your phone in a specific case to make the trick work. Razer only has cases for 4 phones: the Razer Phone 2, obviously, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, Galaxy S10, or swapping out the Note 9 or P30 for the rest of the world. And it's I'm looking at no, it's a Nintendo Switch
better.
controller. There's no
in my
hiding
opinion,
it.
it looks better than the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons.
I'm not gonna lie about that. As a Switch owner, I do not think that the Joy-Con, especially a kid with massive hands, um, I feel like the Switch controllers are really uncomfortable. But that's why I use a Pro controller.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty
anyway,
much just an Xbox controller with a few things around.
either way, you know why Razer's doing this. They're not doing this because it's an innovative new product. They're selling it for $100. By the way, I bet y'all also didn't know that you can use Joy-Cons on your phone. They're Bluetooth. You could use a Nintendo Switch Pro controller on your phone. How much is a Nintendo Switch Pro controller? Yeah, I'll run you around $60. Joy-Cons are kind of expensive. They're $80. But that's against $100.
Cheaper.
And what are you, again, Razer is so bad about this. It's kind of like Apple. Razer is the gaming version of Apple. All I have to say is that you're paying for the brand. You're paying because it says Razer.
I honestly thought Razer was a good company. But
also,
now that you're talking about it's Apple of the gaming community,
it's a good company.
Me think they're not a good
company.
company.
It's a good company.
Like
whenever you hear about them, like when you think of Razer, you think of directly gaming. But what they won't tell you about is the fact that first off, their mice. Let's just start. I mean, I'm just going to start with their mice as an example. Their most expensive mouse, which I think is something term edition, is I believe $250. You want to know what all the top, but you want to know what all the pro gamers, literal like top of the world class gamers are using? Logitech G Pro wirelesses for $100 less. So Razer is charging up the butt for not only a wired mouse, but one with the worst sensor, less buttons, and it's heavier. And while that might not sound too important to the average consumer, to people that it really matters about, a couple of grams of weight saving goes a long way. And the fact that it's Razer is kind of like Apple when it'll try to keep you in an ecosystem. Razer will start off with you buying let's say their phone, or let's go even more broader. Say you buy their mouse. Well, or the laptop. Let's start with the laptop, actually. You buy their laptop, they're going to want you to probably buy their headphones. Okay, you buy their headphones. You want a mouse with that? Okay, then they'll make you buy a mouse. Well, see, the headset mic is trash, so why don't you just buy our microphone? Okay, after you bought that, why not buy a better keyboard while you're at it? What about a mouse pad? What about a phone? What about phone controllers? What about everything else that it has to do? What about a Razer laptop? What about like a Razer everything? Because Razer makes basically every type of gaming product now. The point is that they want you in their ecosystem. Yeah. And some people when they have their setup, they have to have that Razer chroma. All that lighting has to be exactly perfect. They has to all match up with each other for no reason. Even though you're not going to be looking down at your keyboard, you're going to be looking at your game.
Exactly. That's where it starts to get like why with me.
Yeah. Okay. And let me just read what it says. The Verge did a topic on this. While Razer is promising instantaneous response with the reliable low latency connection to your smartphone, it is talking literally. They make it sound special. It's literally Bluetooth.
Damn.
It is. And unlike Nintendo's Joy-Cons, you'll need to charge each one of the controllers individually over USB Type-C.
What the fuck?
That center dock in the middle where they both connect to, that's just there to look cool. That serves no purpose. And I don't know about y'all, but the controllers look a lot more boxy, like a lot less comfortable.
Yeah, they do, but
they are bigger, which is good. And they do look a lot like the gray Joy-Con controllers. And
Yeah, gray Joy-Con controllers actually look really good.
and the way they have
I
it
don't
set
even
up
know.
with the game right there in their picture looks exactly like Nintendo Switch. In my
I
opinion,
mean, I'm pretty sure there's copying.
this is what Razer's based. In my opinion, this is what Razer's doing. Razer is saying, "Hey, Nintendo did this cool thing and they're making some money. Why don't we do this same cool thing, only make it for our product and a few extra, and ship it for a little bit more? People will buy it because it's Razer." Which
Yeah.
happens with Apple. As we know, people buy Apple products. Oh my god, do I have a rant for y'all next week about the AirPods Pro? But like, everyone knows if it's the new Apple product, then you have to buy it. There's no two ways around it. Do you want to be the ew, you have the iPhone 10? What, $1,000 smartphone? Ew. Who are you, poor? Ew, you have to get the
honestly,
11
if I
Pro
had $1,000
Max.
to spend on a phone, I would go buy a low-end gaming phone.
You know, if I had $1,000 to spend on a phone, I wouldn't. I would spend $200 for an iPhone 7 and use the rest on a gaming PC, or maybe on some cookies, or literally anything but a phone. Especially if mine is working just fine, which mine actually is. It runs basically just as snappy as yours, and it's probably a fifth the price.
Wait, hold on. What? Weren't we talking about the gaming phone, like the best gaming phone, a few weeks back?
We were
Do you remember how much that was priced at?
$800, $900,
Bruh.
and yeah.
Bro, I would just get that.
You know what you could also get? Why don't you get a real portable console like the Nintendo Switch, which
Or,
costs,
a laptop.
or maybe just get a Switch Lite. It's literally Nintendo Switch.
A laptop and a mouse.
Yeah. Or if maybe that's too big for you, Nintendo Switch Lite. A lot of people consider it better than the original Switch, except for the fact you can't dock it. But if it's going to be a portable gaming device, think about it. Can you play The Witcher 3 on your phone?
Nope.
Let's try Rocket League.
Nah. Oh, you want to know what you can do?
NBA 2K?
Any of the games. You can play any of those games on a laptop.
Yes, but laptops are big, and sometimes people don't, like, say if I'm going to school, I don't want to carry around a laptop just to pull it out, play a game for a couple of minutes, and then put it up. Say if I'm waiting...
Bro, I would.
I mean, of course you would.
I would get a separate backpack for it.
The tech nerd in me would love to do that. Would love to, like, the tech nerd in me wants to pull up with, like, a $5,000 curved ultra-wide gaming laptop, like the Acer 21X. And just, like, it's literally the bigger than my desk. And it weighs, like, 30 pounds. And it has a curved screen on it. Of course, the tech nerd in me would just want to just plop that down on my desk right in the library, watch everyone gawk in awe about it. But all that for 5 minutes, then you put it up?
Yeah.
Think about it, though. PC games are made for sit down and you play them, not pick them up, play it for a couple minutes, put it back.
I wouldn't be doing that, though. If I got a gaming laptop, I would be, like...
Maybe for
anytime I
hardcore
have
gaming
free time,
sessions.
Like, at lunch, headphones in.
Yeah, lunch.
Like,
Yeah, lunch
I'm
definitely.
Going to be staring at the screen.
I mean,
you
yeah.
will not be able to break my concentration.
But a lot of people can't do that, and a lot of people don't want to bring a big old laptop in their bag, especially with those big chance of it just getting stolen. With the Nintendo Switch Lite, it can basically fit in your pocket, and it has the power of a console. And this
But
might
then again,
also
if
change.
you really love your laptop, you wouldn't let it go out of your sight.
I mean, yeah, but again, the point is that laptops are pretty big. Laptops are way bigger than a phone or a Nintendo Switch Lite, and they're heavier. And some people don't want to carry. Say if it's a handheld, maybe you don't even have a backpack on you. You're just walking around normally. It's easier to put a Nintendo Switch Lite in your pocket and then just walk around instead of holding a laptop next to you in your hand as you play it. It's a handheld. You can hold it in your hand and walk to your next class while finishing up that game of Rocket League.
True.
It's that, and also apparently the new game, it's called the Outer Worlds. Apparently, it's really good. People were shocked to see demos of it on the Switch. The game apparently runs pretty bad on like a lot of PCs. Apparently, it is a very demanding game, and so people were like, "The Switch can run that? The Switch can do that?" The Witcher 3, one of the most demanding PC games of its time, runs at 60 FPS.
Jesus.
Now, yes, it doesn't run it at like 4K. But with
Yeah,
this, but with the small screen, you don't notice it. You don't notice as many low-level details. What you really notice though is that the game feels smooth and responsive. And I've always been a fan or a big believer of refresh rate is more important than resolution. I'd rather have a 720p 240 FPS video than a 4K 30 FPS video any day of the week.
True.
Because in my opinion, if you're in the heat of battle, you're not going to be like, oh wow, this gun looks really cool. You're going to be like, I need to turn around and kill this guy as fast as possible. You're not going to be looking at... That's why I hate ray tracing on the new RTX graphics cards. The games that they're for are literally like... How can I say it? Like, they're shooters. Like, Battlefield 5 has ray tracing support, and it tanks your frame rate to like 40 on a $1,000 graphics card, not PC, graphics card. And on a shooter, you're not gonna care about the gun or how many reflections it has. You're caring about the guy in front of you shooting at you. But that's enough ranting for today. What we do have now is, of course, our world famous. Well, probably not world. Our school famous.
Definitely not world famous yet.
Our school famous list.
We need to get there though. Oh yeah, Mr. Crab.
And if y'all don't know, well then I'll just go over it real quick. Because there's only one person, it's gonna be really awkward. It's just gonna be me talking to you. But this list goes like this. We go to list25.com and look up any random list that we think is cool. And it is my job to say them out in any random order, 25 to 1. And it is normally Seth's and John's try to answer and try to see how close they were to the actual thing. So let's start off, all right?
Okay.
This first one, oh my god. Okay.
Wait, what was the list?
It is, oh my bad, top 25 phobias you never knew existed. Hold on. And for the first one, I'm just going to, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 letters.
Jesus. I don't even think you can pronounce that, Andre.
The first one for today is
Andre.
Hippopotomotrosis equipticelophophobia.
What the fuck? Good job, science. You haven't failed.
Attention, students. We don't condone using this fear to get out of homework or studying, but people who have hippopotomotrosis equiptilophobia have a fear of long words. Where do you think this ranks on the list?
Hold on.
25.
Can we just address the irony in that? Can we just address the fact that the word for the fear of long words is 36 characters long? Like how like why?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Where do you think it is? 1 to 25.
That's pretty damn weird. Like, why would you be afraid of words? That is the big question. But I'm gonna go with 15.
15. It was actually 22.
Damn it.
This next one, which is actually a lot better. Okay. Tachophobia. If you're on the highway behind a slow driver, don't honk your horn. The driver may have tachophobia, which is the fear of speed or doing something too fast.
Damn.
Where do you think this one is?
Sounds like a pussy.
I'm
sorry.
They're scared to put the gas pedal down, brother.
Yeah, they are definitely not fit for racing.
Yep.
Unlike somebody. God, I love speed. But like, what? Like in my head, as like a speed demon, I love to get things done as quick as possible, and I would love to just travel at like 300 miles an hour, which you can with the Chiron, without the electronic limiter. But that's the only car right now. But we will get more in the future, and eventually that'll become commonplace with the Teslas. But like why? Why?
What do you think it is?
Like 10.
10? 16th.
Jesus, I should have gone 15 again.
Okay, for our third one, it is hypgeophobia. Hypgeophobia. Next time you call in sick for work, just tell your boss that your hypgeophobia is acting up. If you suffer from this, which is highly unlikely, you suffer from a fear of responsibility.
Jesus, what? Okay. Yeah, your boss is definitely not going to know what that one is. And that's like, I'm pretty sure every teenager has that.
Yeah.
Not even gonna lie. That sounds like something our generation would be known for. But okay, that's just fucking plain out stupid.
It's...
Like, how are you gonna have a job and then have hypgenophobia?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to juggle those?
Honestly, don't know. What do you think it is?
I'm gonna go with 20 though, because it's actually more commonplace than most people would think.
16th.
Shit. I'm just way off today.
Yeah, but at least you're only competing with yourself.
Woo. I can do better than this. I know I can.
For our fourth one, right?
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, wait.
For our fourth one?
Yeah, it's our fourth one.
Thalassophobia. Thalassophobia is the fear of being idle or bored. If you can't stand sitting still, you might suffer from this phobia. So it's basically ADHD.
It is ADHD on crack.
I have ADHD. Does that mean I have thalassophobia? Wait, no, that means I'll be scared of standing still.
Yeah. You're not scared of it, are you?
Nah.
I'm sorry, but like that's just how it is. But then again, me having like no ability to stay still whatsoever, I can kind of relate to that, but I'm not scared of it. Because like if I'm told to stay still, I can be still for like a minute. Yeah. And then it's back to like leg moving or arm moving or something.
Yeah. Where do you think it is?
I'm gonna go with, I want to actually go with 10 again.
23.
Fuck.
Nope.
You're on the low end today.
Yeah. For our last one, we have papyrophobia. Papyrophobia. Don't write letters to people who have papyrophobia. People with this phobia have a fear of paper.
That's retarded.
How
are you supposed to go through school with that? How are you supposed to go
Teacher,
through school with that?
I have papyrophobia. Please, no homework.
No!
That's what iPads are for.
Fair enough. That's a pretty good... That's really good, actually. Holy shit. But that actually seems like it would be on the higher end. Like I called you would do. I called it. I said, I feel like you're going to switch it up on me just so you can see me die. But I'm actually gonna go 10 again.
14th.
Screw you. Fuck. We're still on the lower end though.
Was that our 5?
Yeah, that's the 5. I think we should do more actually.
Well, of course I'm gonna do the top 5 of the actual list.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let's just finish it up.
Number 5 is Thermo Phobia. Thermo Phobia is the fear of hot things. If you're a thermophobe, you probably avoid hot soups, coffee, or hot chocolate.
How do you avoid hot chocolate? Hold on.
You dodge it.
Hold on. How do you just like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball, but how do you avoid hot chocolate?
That's a good point. That's a real good point. Number 4 is botanophobia. If you have the fear of plants, either you saw a Little Shop of Horrors and can't get over it, or you have a case of botanophobia. Basically, you're scared of a fetus flytrap. Because you're afraid it's actually going to bite your dick off.
I can see that. Those things are fucking scary, dude.
Number 3 is cacophobia. If someone has C-A-C-O, cacophobia, they have a fear of things that are ugly.
Bruh, don't we all these days?
Everyone has cacophobia.
Exactly.
I'm scared of ugly people. Yay, scare me, mother.
Every popular kid ever. Cacophobia. My cacophobia is acting up. Get away from me. God.
Number 2 is caglinophobia. Do you ever find it scary to talk to a beautiful woman? If so, there's a slight chance you have caglinophobia, also known as genophobia or genephobia. Don't worry, this fear is probably cured by the right phone number from a beautiful woman. So you're just scared to talk to pretty ladies.
Or, you're just shy.
Yep. And, of course, number 1, consecatophobia. Tatelophobia. You won't find anyone who has consecatophobia eating sushi or hanging out in Asian restaurants. Consecatophobia is an irrational fear of chopsticks.
What?
A person with this phobia might feel anxious in the presence of the mere mortal chopsticks. That's super weird. Imagine being scared of literally. We have two things that are scared of wood: paper and chopsticks.
Fucking papyrophobia and goddamn.
I feel like that was actually one of the more crazy ones. Being scared of paper. Imagine.
Bro, imagine.
Mommy, I'm scared. It's paper. Mom, please.
You have to be on a wimp on a whole nother level for that.
I'm saying. Well, sad.
Oh no, a chopstick. Oh no, a piece of wood carved in a fucking steak. Carved to look like a steak, and you pick things up with it.
Well, sadly, another thing that I'm saying is that this is the end of tonight's podcast. We thank you for joining us, and we say if you like this video or if you liked our podcast, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, make sure to hit the bell if you're going to do that to never miss any of our podcasts, even though it's kind of hard to miss because we kind of post them all on Friday.
Well, we try to.
Some people, I think it's the Friday Night Fuckers, not the Foreigners. So,
oh shit,
drops a drink.
I did drop a drink. Actually, I dropped the Gatorade bottle.
Oh my god! Oh, I thought it was it sounded like it was an open top drink.
No, dude, that would have fucked up my project.
I think we have some pretty good topics for next week as well. You gotta stay tuned to see them.
Oh yeah, AirPods 2, fucking head ass.
AirPods 2.
Bro, imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, you wanna know what I can do?
What?
I could get a job and work like a 15-hour week, and guess what I could do right after?
What?
I'd go get me some Beats.
Some Power Beats Pros. There you go.
Like,
see,
I wouldn't even screw AirPods, man. AirPods are just getting more and more expensive. Power Beats Pros where it's at. Like, my dad has a pair, and they're fucking amazing.
You hear it first, guys. I have 3 pairs of Beats, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Also, because my name is Andre, and the joke is Drew Beats by Andre. Get the joke? If you don't get the joke, I'm sorry. I spent
Pretty sure
thousands
that's why
on
Miss Davis calls you
guys. I spent thousands on beats. It's a problem. Help.
Dre. Jesus. I'm pretty sure that's why Miss Davis called you Dre.
Yeah. Well, we
I
thank
think
y'all
so.
for it would. We thank y'all for joining us tonight. And I guess this is the foreigners. Just us two this time.
No,
Signing off.
just the two foreigners.
Two foreigners. Seth
He
should be
lives.
back next week.
Yes. Oh, he better be back next week. Yeah.
Well, guys.
And
we'll
we don't
s-
like faggots in here. I'm kidding.
Whoa, buddy.
Don't take that seriously.
We
Don't take that
accept
seriously.
everyone. Everyone is welcome and accepted.
Bro,
Sean is
the full
gay.
imagination spectrum.
Sean is
allowed.
gay. So
Oh, he is.
no.
He has a girlfriend. I would know that he's not gay.
Anyways, we'll see y'all later. This is the Foreigners signing off. See ya.